And last up, we're going to check out Styropyro's new video, 30,000 watt light bulb experiments, plural. I know an 800 watt light bulb works out. I have a few that take a little bit more than that for brightness recording reasons. 30,000, I'm legitimately afraid of this. I'm glad he survived making the video to post it, but if it starts with the words RIP Styropyro, admittedly, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've seen. I kind of expect to see that at some point, along with a Nile Red video saying the same thing because of the stuff they've done. The fact that they are now some of the more sane people I've seen online is actually terrifying in my own opinion, but that's not the point. We're going to jump in and see just how crazy this gets, or how many times he has committed war crimes and just happened to get away with it because there were no actual targets at the time. It was just war-adjacent crimes. I'm not sure that's a joke. We'll find out. Yeah.
This video is sponsored by me.
Oh?
Hey
BC
guys,
Ash.
it's Drake here. So the ban on incandescent light bulbs was just lifted in the United States.
We had a ban on incandescent light bulbs? People still get incandescent light bulbs? Oh God, that's a light bulb. I wasn't sure what he was holding for a second there.
So I figured I'd take advantage of the opportunity and buy the most powerful incandescent light bulb to ever be made for commercial production. So this bad boy is rated for 24,000 watts. And if
that's not even the full... Oh God, he soups it up some way.
Of course, I plan on pushing it even further than that. Now I have to say, I never would have expected to be so excited to play with an incandescent light bulb of all things, but at these powers, I think it's guaranteed to be a good time. So yeah, let's get started. And here's the monster in all of its glory.
I'll be honest, what I thought this was at first, I thought it was like some kind of suspension, like, I don't know, magnets in there or something. Because it looks like something you'd like pulling back on, like strength training. It just happens to be in a case. I wasn't sure what it was. It's like, okay, it looks like there's something going on. But apparently, those must be the light filaments. Oh God. Cosmic is quoting me in the chat going, commercial purposes, or quoting Styro. And all I can say is the commercial lighting up a ball field? Okay, actually, that's probably what it's probably meant for outdoor sport lighting at night.
Gosh, it's hard to even get the whole thing in frame there. But as you can see, it is indeed
lens side
24,000 watt light bulb.
Made in Japan.
Of course, the
Probably
real
baseball,
highlight
yeah.
are these filaments there. Look how thick they are.
How is he even able to record this without like a super blurred out camera?
So that's like a sizable chunk of tungsten in there. Just, I've never seen anything like it. I'm almost terrified to power it up.
I have just discovered a new fear. Styropyro saying the words, I'm scared. I've seen his, let's see what explodes in the microwave that we've made for like 10,000 watts. Or, you know, actual laser weapons that are practical. This is what scares him. I'm going to pretend he's playing a bit right now, which he probably is. But I'm also not sure he is, and that terrifies me.
Now, I really need to give you a sense of scale and just how thick that filament is. So, I've got a 100 watt bulb right here.
Hey, you want to have a really scary thought? Spray paint the lower sections with a reflective material so all of the light only goes out the top. It would burn, but it would be very terrifying. What you basically make a flashlight of.
So, you take a look at this filament, you can barely see this. And this is 100 watts, so it's like, that's a
Wait, the filament actually survived crashing? Damn, usually they break way faster than that.
fairly powerful light bulb. And it's just hair thin. You can barely see it. And just in case you couldn't see it earlier, this is 100 watts, and this is 24,000.
One? A bit more than one. Oh God, this is...
So quite a size difference. These bulb pins fit into a G38 socket like I've mounted
There's
right
a socket for that?
But there's one problem. This bulb takes 100 amps, and this thing's only rated for 40. But I looked all over the internet and I could not find a socket that was actually rated for the full current. So I guess I'm just going to have to yellow it
commercially
and
then?
hope it doesn't explode. All right, let's chuck her in there. Oh, geez. Is it even going to fit? Are you serious? Oh my gosh, it like barely wants to go in. I want to break this.
I wonder if the lines around it actually have a device that's meant to clamp it in. Sometimes when you have more specialized commercial parts, they have random equipment like that. Partially because it makes the job easier when you use it, and also partially because it makes the job require the specialized part that you have to pay extra money for. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh, it's really tight.
You know, if I wasn't already terrified, I'd be making
okay.
jokes right here.
I guess you don't want any wiggle room when you have all this current going through it. Want to keep
Shocking.
that contact resistance down. But geez, it's really, really biting on that. Yep. Okay, there it is. Wow. Yep, that's quite a socket there. You know, when I impulse bought this silly thing, I just kind of expected to slap 240 volts across it and call it a day. Because how hard can it be to drive an incandescent light bulb, right?
What happens if he doesn't put enough power in it? Like, would it keep going, or would something else happen? I legitimately have no idea. Huh. It's probably fine either way.
Then I remembered that light bulbs do a funny thing where their starting current is a lot higher than their operating current. And that's just because as the filament gets hot, its resistance grows and then it draws less current. Now,
Oh. So is he going to go down to 30,000 watts?
for a reasonably sized light bulb, that's not that big of a deal. But for a light bulb like this, it's basically a dead short. In fact, its cold filament resistance is something like just a little over 1/10 of an ohm, which means it's going to draw more than 2,000 amps on startup. That's a 0.5 megawatt. I mean, my breakers can't handle that. They would explode.
I've seen enough Styropyro videos where I know the next words are either, and here's where I recorded them blowing up, or I decided to make my own. I don't think I'm joking about either of this, by the way. I think that literally is going to be one of the next things we hear.
So that means I have to come up with some sort of like soft start circuit to like slowly bring it up to temperature just so I can turn this stupid thing on.
Space heater.
I'm going to start by ramping this thing up on my Variac over here. Now, this thing isn't nearly big enough to run it at full power, but I at least want to see how far I can.
This isn't big enough. Okay.
And take it, so it's a start. All right, let's give her some juice there. Oh yeah, I can hear that hum. All right, let's slowly ramp it up here.
I'm not sure what this sounds like to people who aren't wearing headphones like me, but for me, I have headphones in right now, and there's just this low humming, and all I can hear is death, 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 death. In terms of ominous background music, this counts.
Oh no, look at this. I'm barely turning it, it's already pulling 50 amps. It's not even glowing either. Oh, they're just
it actually just started to glow.
And it's pulling. Okay, now the current's dropping, but still 30
So
amps.
you could turn it up to give more amps to heat it up more.
Barely any voltage on that, and it's just barely glowing. So I guess we'll
Does he need goggles?
Give her back to 50. Oh my gosh. I can already start feeling the heat there.
Oh yeah, I'm so used to LCDs. LEDs, that I forgot how much heat incandescents gave off because they're literally burning the air around the metal, I think. It's like causing it to glow. It's putting off so much heat. There's an actual fire hazard. Oh god, At what point would it be dangerous for the wires to be near it? Like, does he have to shield them from the heat somehow?
It's... Oh my gosh. Look at this. it's my meter or my Variac is not rated for this kind of current, but I'm barely driving this thing. So now I'm at 5,000 watts.
It's actually whiting out the camera.
And oh my gosh, I feel so much heat from that. Look at that.
I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but as it's getting brighter, there's a little bit of a sound in the background that's a high-pitched squeal, as you can just hear. It almost feels like you're listening to the air start to boil around it.
It just pegged out.
Yeah, I have goosebumps.
Melt. Oh no. Oh, that's making so much light.
This is probably one of the most terrifying videos. I fully expect this is something someone is going to look at this video and is like, I have a new idea for a movie. This is how it starts, with the found footage of a mad scientist making a god engine. Oh my god. And Necro, aren't incandescent light bulbs vacuum sealed? Yeah, I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are. But I also know that, I mean, it's never perfect. I mean, something like really close, I think, but I'm not sure if it's ever actually perfect, though.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this thing's going to explode. What is that? About 6,500 watts. It's so...
I'm terrified of this thing already at 6,500. We're doing the 30,000 experiments. Okay. Oh, and, Easter? They're filled with nitrogen. Oh, that makes more sense because nitrogen is non-reactive. It's a neutral gas. That would make sense.
So warm, too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this thing's going to melt. I got to kill it. Wow. So now the power's off, and that's just the residual heat. It's still
glowing.
That is insane. I'm clearly going to have to do something else for driving this thing to full power, though. But wow. I threw together this little dimmer circuit here.
Less light,
it's
more
fancy,
light.
Just a little chopper circuit based on a couple SCRs. Now, I know this thing can handle the bulb when it's at full power. It's just the startup where things could get a bit spicy.
Because it has to be overcharged.
So, I guess I'll just
Possibly just calling it the SCP God's Light. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Works. Oh, and I added a couple meters here. This is just a thermometer to make sure that these heat sinks don't get too hot.
Because they could ignite.
Probably too small, honestly. And I also have this ammeter here to measure the current. And it just picks it up via
just a random Russian Cyrillic box.
Yes, it's a beautiful enclosure there, isn't it?
Hey, if it works, it works.
Truth.
Oh, he's doing it in the dark now?
It holds back the voltage. Now let's try ramping this thing up. I know if I hit this too quickly, it's just going to explode, so I got to take it real slow.
Does he have a blast shield or something?
Oh, jeez.
Also, I'm not entirely sure he means the light either.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, that jumped. Nothing yet.
Oh, I can hear it too. Get a little bit more. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Not glowing
I can hear it.
That is just insane.
There's like a tiny bit of a hum in the background.
I've never put this amount of current through something without it glowing. Okay.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
There it goes.
It does have a burn-in phase.
Turn red.
I guess a heating phase. Heading off, Valerian? All right, thanks for dropping in, man.
So scary cranking this thing up.
There is something absolutely terrifying about the dead light coming to life and overwhelming all sight around it, knowing it's still there. Like in person, you probably can't even look at this. But when you have the camera there and it can just get washed out, knowing that it's an actual source, I just... Oh, and now, why is it not glowing? Because once it starts glowing, once it's active, once the atoms within the tungsten wire starts vibrating and creating light from the radiation, or throwing off radiation and heat and light, which technically are, then it takes a lot less energy to do it. But you got to get to that point first. With smaller light bulbs, it's small enough you don't notice or care. Something this big, you got to heat it up. Otherwise, it doesn't have enough movement to go all the way. So you actually have to go hotter to get it down to a level where it works normally. It's basically like whenever you turn on a fan, it actually has larger draw on your power than when it's running normally.
Now
which is
50.
something I know because it kept breaking my
with
breaker.
With my Variac.
I've been breaking, not tripping.
Oh, it's getting bright. I'm just waiting for this thing to violently explode.
Dude.
Oh my gosh, look how much light that is.
I do wonder if it would actually start magically just melting the cords leading to it.
Look how much light there is. This is
God
ridiculous. It's so hot all the way back here even. Look at this.
It's up to
But
60.
This isn't even half power. It's
No.
1.5 current. It's not half
65?
power. Oh my gosh. This is insane.
I'm not sure if you noticed that, but there's actually variation in the light where you can see small ripples of heat. Like, just check this out right here.
Power.
Look at right around the edge. You can see that there's actually ripples of heat effect. There's a mirage effect from the sheer heat it's putting out, just in how the camera perceives it.
Oh my gosh. This is insane.
A little bit of it might just be movement of the camera itself because he's holding it, but you can actually say that there's a difference in the air, just like it's moving sideways, which wouldn't be how Styropyro is holding the camera. This is actually incredibly intense. There's been multiple points in this video already where I've had goosebumps looking at this thing, man. It's not the most crazy thing he's done, but it's so much power right there.
We're up to... Oh my gosh. It's... It's so bright. Wow. Oh, shoot. What happened?
Something broke.
Did I kill it? Oh, of course. It's because I'm on a trip the breaker. Ugh,
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
Annoying. This is getting more complicated than I wanted it to, but I guess my next move is to wire something directly into the panel. I think that sign means good times to be had in here.
Okay, so he's wiring directly into power. Like, not even going... Yeah, there's a reason I'm scared of this man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be fun.
All according to Cake.
There it goes. All right, I got that safely wired up there. However, I'd like to make a quick comment about these range outlets that I'm using. How I can already foresee comments from electricians going, oh, that's a 50 amp rated range cord. You can't put 100 amps to that. Yeah, well, watch me. So let me clarify. If you're the type of electrician that immediately recognizes that I'm exceeding the ratings of this cord, good eye. You are the type of person that I would want wiring my house. Seriously. However, if you think that some silly electrical code supersedes the laws of physics, well, you're mistaken. I can put 100 amps through this cord. I can put 1,000 through it.
Not for long, though. Martin, how is this man still alive? Because he's unironically actually very incredibly good at what he does, and he's putting on a bit of an act right now. I've heard of times where he has actually been actually upset at people because they play into doing what he does without realizing how much of an act it is. He does take a lot of safety precautions. That said, there are times where he's surprised, and those are usually the most dangerous things you can imagine because you can't pretend that you're ready for that. There's a lot of things he'll put on the act like, ooh, that's going to be silly. But then there's times like, oh shit, I don't know what just happened. One of them was in the battery video where the magnetic forces blew it apart. And you saw just a bit of a crack in his, I guess kayfabe would be the best word to put it, in his facade, in his character. There's sometimes here where I'm thinking it might be getting there. For one of the instances was how bright it got. He knew how bright it would get. But you could see just a bit of the mask crack. It was like, holy shit. Just like the sheer absolute wonder at how bright it got. That is the craziness of this guy. That he's actually incredibly competent. So it's like, he's probably being safe. But whenever he's actually surprised, that is terrifying in a very unique way.
Although, of course, that would quickly melt it and catch it on fire. But at 100 amps, I mean, yeah, it's going to get pretty toasty. But it's not like I'm sticking this thing behind a wall to run continuously and unsupervised. No, this is just for some relatively short runs under my supervision. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It explodes? Who cares? So yeah, don't wire your house this way, but I want to see you're complaining about this in the comment section, okay?
I mean, if you're not going to use it long term, because the long term problem with this type of thing is it would light other things on fire. If it gets hot enough that it's lighting the concrete on fire, okay, then there's a lot of issues going on already. Oh, God.
And on a similar note, just because these disconnect switches are rated for 30 amps does not mean it actually limits the current to that. The amount of people that watched my microwave video, saw me boil a cup of water in 6 seconds, then have the audacity to call the 20 kilowatt number fake because of this switch right here was ridiculous. I mean, yes, it's rated for 30 amps. I simply put 80 amps through it. I don't know why it's so hard to understand that I'm simply abusing these ratings, because there is nothing physical that stops me from putting that kind of current through this switch.
Yeah.
Of course, other than the risk of catastrophic failure, which
he would catch on camera and count as a good outcome to the video. In fact, when things do fail, it's even more funny, because usually he's behind a lot of shielding.
Is a risk that I'm willing to take. But I mean, I tend to build things in a hurry with stuff I already have on hand, and that's why there's all this underrated stuff in my lab. But I should point out that there's always something up the line that is rated to disconnect these kinds of currents. So if something explodes or fails catastrophically, it's no big deal for me to run up and kill a breaker. But yeah, stop calling my
Which we
stuff
already
fake
saw
because
work
of some
once.
stupid electrical codes. Anyway, rant over. Let's burn our retinas out.
You know, that actually is a very valid point.
Nothing's exploded yet. Good.
Yet.
Alrighty, let's see if we can make it to 100 amps this time. My silly little control panel here. Again, I got to be pretty slow
logic as best
with
as you know,
the
yeah.
initial startup, just because it's
Or xenomorph winner, yeah.
I got to be careful with my switch there. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see the arc there.
Fun, right? And I'm still back up at.
Actually, I'm very curious to see how this one worked out, just because it gives you an idea of what it looks like. Excuse me. From his perspective and all the previous ones, now you can see what it looks like from an outside perspective. Maybe not as good a camera either.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy here. Keep pushing it further.
Oh.
Wow, so much light. Look at that. It's already illuminating everything. I mean, still
It's like it's a warm light right now, but we saw it got so overwhelming later.
70?
You could see it growing, and the light is changing quality.
It's like I lit a nuke in here. It's
Yeah. Also, Xenomorph Winner was just asking, is this guy an Aetheryte? Yeah, essentially, if you're playing a mage character, Styropyro is an example.
hard to like set the exposure on something
Egregious
like
technocrat.
Like, wow. Look at the shadows in that. I can feel the heat so strongly back.
This is basically someone who's like, I like the technocracy, but I like pushing it further. And is basically joining the traditions under the premise of, I'm not going to care what you say, I'm just doing my thing. Yes, I'm referencing Mage of the Ascension if anyone doesn't know.
Here too. All right, can we go to 100? Oh my gosh, there's so much light coming out of this. Oh, we're so close.
Like, there's actually going to be literal light damage. You just can't even see the dial anymore.
I'm going to have to set my ND filters just so you can see this. There it is. There's full power. Wow. Look, isn't that incredible? Look how much light.
It's trying to auto-adjust.
Look how much light that is. Way back there. Oh my gosh. There's the full 100 amps. My goodness. Oh, it's so bright. It feels like
So what we saw before was heavy filtering to drop off the amount of light being allowed into the camera, which is why you could see anything again. And also why this camera is so impressive, because this is what it looks like on a normal camera that isn't adjusting the amount of light it's restricting. This is actual, if you let this run long term, I would like to see just what you could do damage-wise with an uncontained light source like this. Because I know if you leave something in the sun long enough, there's a good bit of UV damage to whatever you put out there. I'm wondering at what point does it start bleaching the pavement?
staring at the sun. There's so much heat coming off of that.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's incredible.
You can't see.
So much light. And it's quiet now just because
it's
now the
higher
now
level
the
than you can hear.
Circuit's not chopping anything, so it just passes the current straight through, and now it's quiet. But wow, that's just wild. I'm gonna there's the full. That's what it really looks like, and I'm gonna turn it off. So there's no power going to it, and that's just the residual heat. Man, that is a lot of light.
The Melt Your Eyes in the Air 2000?
I could stare at this
that's
light
the
bulb
one.
all day. But at this point, I think it's worth trying some experiments with it.
What?
So the fact that this is an incandescent light bulb means that it's not very efficient at making visible light. However, it's really good at making infrared light.
Heat,
in fact,
yeah.
most of the electrical power that goes into this thing actually comes back out as invisible IR radiation.
Which
so
you can
it's
feel.
probably really good at heating things up. And gosh, if I'm lucky, it may even be able to light some things on fire, which would really make it the ideal light bulb.
Of course he's making a death ray. It's a Styropyro video. Of course there's always a chance it's a death ray.
The envelope on this bulb here is not normal glass. It's actually fused quartz. And while this allows it to operate at super high temperatures, it means that absolutely nothing can get on it while it's running. Even something like a fingerprint can cause it to shatter.
Oh!
So this means if I want to do any stupid experiments with it...
So in other words, him handling it and accidentally touch, he needs to wash that down and dry it very carefully. I don't know how delicate quartz is, but apparently according to this, the answer is yes. Hell, if it was raining, the heat, if it doesn't evaporate everything around it, is just going to destroy it. Oh, God.
I'm going to have to build an enclosure around it. I came up with this beautiful fixture here that should allow for some experimentation. So I have an aluminum reflector here. I have this mesh on top and bottom to keep the bugs out, as well as this pane of
if the bugs are dumb enough to get into this.
To prevent stuff from splashing against the bulb. And then this will also have the function of blocking most of the UV that the bulb makes. So yeah.
It makes UV as well.
Now, unfortunately, I had to
surprised.
add yet another feature to this driver here, because these SCRs were getting too hot. Now I have this...
I'm just going to throw this in here. Martin's going, of course he's making a death ray as a quote to me, and I'm going to stand by this one because I think that is very accurate. Didn't know it made
relay short them out after it's at full power.
UV light, though.
Now, I really hope this is the
Might
final
actually be a death
edition
laser.
because I am sick of
Oh God, it's a
adding
cancer
things to this
cannon.
stupid driver. When I powered up the fixture, it started smoking.
Is he melting the metal? Oh God, I think he's melting some of the metal. Or he's burning off every... Oh. I just looked over in the corner and saw all of the batteries that I know he's been working on for another battery video. Oh God.
From somewhere. I couldn't tell what was burning, but I figured it might be bugs. So I stuffed steel wool in the cracks and added more copper mesh around the base.
Is he burning
However,
copper?
This didn't stop the smoking.
It's bigger.
In fact, it turned out that the steel wool was actually burning in there and making it worse. I realized that even with the covering, the bugs that were landing on the outside were still being cooked and seemed to be the source of the smoke. I ended up sidelining this project for several months to work on other things.
Yeah, I remember that one. Although I think this is a different one than the one I saw.
Alright, it's been something like 5 months since I've last powered up this bulb. The reason why is right there. Those 400 car batteries have taken up my entire life. But not to distract you, I have made more improvements to this fix.
I just realized something very terrifying. He's taking a break from a 400 car battery experiment for the safer $30,000 incandescent death ray that he's holding together with magnets.
Sure. So the big one is I replaced the steel wool with copper wool, so hopefully that doesn't catch on fire.
Oh.
Then also I realized that the rare earth magnets I had holding this together were probably going to, exceed their Curie temperature, so I replaced them with ferrite. So yeah, hopefully...
Is that the point where they lose magnetism because they're energetic enough from heat?
Whether it was really just bugs
Maybe.
or something else in the fixture. Anything smoking yet? Oh no, there's smoke again. What's going on?
Something's igniting.
No. Maybe they'll burn out. Maybe just remnant bugs, right? Okay, there's the full power.
Dude.
Okay, what's going on here? There's some smoke. Oh my gosh, it's so bright.
What is what is
I don't know how much
burning?
smoke I need to be worried about. It's smoking more and more and more, isn't it? Well,
You can actually see as the convection is increasing, getting more intense, the air is rising faster from it.
smoke. So I don't know how I want to proceed here. So I want to rip off all those bug covers because I think that's what's actually smoking. So I was going to fire up this metal halide bulb to see if there's any bugs out because it's pretty cold. I just wanted to make sure. However, the dumb thing does not want to seem to turn on. If I could find this plug. So it's plugged in and it will not light. So this is, I'm going to try lighting it this way.
What?
Yep, look at that. Perfect. Oh, I love that. And yeah, as you can see from all the just disgusting coating. This is, I'm going to try lighting it this way.
I have absolutely no idea what just happened. Also, Martin's asking if that's pollen burning. Entirely possible.
Yep, look at that. Perfect. Oh, I love that.
What did we just
yeah,
watch?
As you can see from all the just disgusting.
Oh, so that's what it's like
coating
to
on
watch a
that bulb.
mage work
Clearly
in
does
reality.
not mind having insects run into it. But yeah, that is one good way to light a stubborn light bulb there. So yeah.
He tasered a light bulb. And it worked. Okay. That is apparently a thing that we are now aware of.
Now I'm going to see if any bugs come to this. And if not...
I realize this is the most American thing ever. You're turning a light bulb on by shooting it.
Then I will feel safe pulling off the cover of the light bulb over there. Oh, that's a vibe, isn't it? Oh yeah, I should point out that this is not a normal metal halide. That's a thallium lamp. And that is why it is so green. Yeah, so far...
I'm assuming this fucks with bugs in some way?
So far, it looks like there's not any bugs. If they don't come to that lamp, then they're probably not out.
Oh, okay. No, it attracts bugs. That's why.
Yeah, there's nothing around the lamp. Okay. I think I'm good. Well, I don't know why copper would be smoking like that unless it has like some sort of coating on it.
You could see the burn marks on it. We're just a little too close. Holy shit.
But either way, I'm going to rip off this like bug protector and see if this stupid lamp keeps smoking. Alright, now I'm going to try it without this cover. If this doesn't work...
Sturg, you mentioned this is the guy summoning the Flatwoods monster. I disagree. No, he's summoning the Mothman. They're getting the Mothman signal. This is what it is.
I'm going to be very annoyed. There's so many weird noises that come from every part of this. My meter's making sounds. The light bulb's making sounds.
That is a lot
Even
closer to
like
the building
my
than I would be
light fixtures in
comfortable
my
with.
house makes sound when this is running because of the because of how awful that circuit is for chopping the sine wave. Okay. There's 80.
You could
I don't
actually
see smoke
hear it.
yet. No, there's smoke again.
Yeah,
Why
a
is
lot
there
of it too.
smoke? What is smoking?
Is he burning the metal around
what
it?
is smoking in there? That is so stupid. This is infuriating. It's just billowing out smoke.
Is he igniting air? No, these are commercial use. Or are they not usually? I don't, what? Maybe it's a coating on the reflective panel?
Stupid. I'm realizing now that it might actually just be the galvanization on the steel, just the zinc plating that's
it actually just was
off.
the steel.
I didn't think it would get that hot, but that might be the culprit. Might have to strip off all the zinc then. Have I mentioned that I'm annoyed yet? Because I am annoyed yet. So I think zinc is the culprit here, so I'm going to give it a quick bath in hydrochloric acid.
We have reached the part in the video where the hydrochloric acid bath is the safest thing we've seen so far. You know, sometimes I see things on the internet that's like, oh, that's insane. And then I see things that are like this, and yeah, my sense of normal is being very skewed.
Yummy. So funny story, I remember a time when I was 14 going through the checkout line at Walmart with airsoft BBs and a gallon of hydrochloric acid. Well, I put my stuff on the counter and the cashier scans the airsoft BBs and she's like, oh, well, you have to be 16 to buy these. Do you have your ID with you? I'm like, no. So she's like, oh, well, I can't sell these to you, and then sets them aside. But then she scans the acid, doesn't say anything, and I pay and walk out the door with...
That lady fucked up, because this is definitely one of those things where if people buy it, you do call someone. I'm not sure who. I'm not sure if you actually do. I'm hoping this is one of those things where if someone buys it, you call someone. I'm afraid this is one of those things where if you buy it, someone might call someone, isn't calling. Oh God, they probably didn't call anyone. Bryn, this isn't how the Joker was made. The Joker would look at this guy and go, yeah, he gets the joke.
a gallon of hydrochloric acid. You know, it's funny how corporations have to decide what is and isn't too dangerous for children. I guess hydrochloric acid is just A-okay.
He also got, I think it was a highly explosive metal, like an entire 8-gallon drum of it. Was it solid or like metal sodium, I think? He just had shavings of it he would play around with as a kid.
So I pulled this thing out of the acid bath and it immediately started rusting. So I'm going to say that's probably a good sign that I got rid of all the zinc there.
Oh, it rusted that fast?
Torch it a little bit just to be totally sure it's all gone, though.
Oh.
Well, I really hope this
I mean, if you want to torch it, turn the light on.
Because I'm sick of rebuilding this thing. Alrighty, who's ready for another round of disappointment?
Also, one of the random things, I do know that there is a lot of construction where they intentionally rust items so that it contains the unrusted undersections. I don't understand the science behind it, but I do know it's something that has been done on purpose a few times.
Let's light her up.
And it was sodium metal? Okay, thanks for that one, Mel.
No smoke yet? Okay. Why is it smoking?
Still smoking. From the bottom, too.
Why is it smoking? What on earth is smoking? What? I just... Ugh.
He's going to need to make a new frame, isn't he?
Is it this stupid reflector? What is going on?
It was lower down.
Just what is smoking on this piece of garbage? I torched the aluminum reflector on there just to get rid of any grease or whatever. I did that to the whole fixture actually before, you know.
Bro lights air on fire.
Ago. I just cannot figure this out. Guess I could remove the reflector and see what happens. It is the fixture. What?
Oh, God. Sorry for the dirty lens. My camera took a beating shooting the 400 car battery video. Did I miss one? No, he hasn't put it out yet. We've seen the 100 battery video. Okay, good to know. We haven't seen all the insanity just yet. This is a spoiler for when it gets even crazier. Because somehow it damaged or made a camera dirty.
Why is the fixture smoking? There's probably still, even after the acid bath, probably didn't get into those tiny little crevices.
Does he need a mirror?
Slowly but surely, it is winding down. Yeah, I think that's good. I see no more evidence of smoke. I think whatever was burning in there got pushed out. And I still think it actually was the zinc. Okay. Okay, so I think that's the best I'm gonna get. Now, let's see if it quits smoking. Alright, no smoke yet. It is at full power.
Nope, there's a little smoke.
There's smoke again.
Oh, God.
Now what is possibly
He's
smoking? So the reflector smokes too then.
It smokes a lot.
It keeps getting worse. No.
Can you just burn it off?
This is so infuriating. I ended up just letting it bake out for a while and decided to go ahead with the burning experiments after the smoke diminished.
He literally just baked metal.
It's so bright. It's so hot too.
I'm not sure if you can see it, but right above it, you see visible heat lines when you look at the house behind it.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to need something better than these goggles.
Is it going to light on fire immediately? Like, unironically, there is a chance of that.
It's like staring at way more than the sun. So maybe if I get off to the side...
This actually might be brighter than the sun.
I do want to try... Oh my gosh, I do want to try a piece of paper. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't see anything. Where is that? Oh. Oh yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, the paper ignited.
Oh jeez. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but it's definitely on fire. Yeah, not exactly a laser, but you know, with a laser, the power's all concentrated, even if the raw
He's actually gonna make a death laser with this.
Power is in that.
He has a death lamp.
Something like this, it's just raw power. That's all there is.
The thing is, I think he is actually wearing glasses and goggles for this. I think it's just so bright it doesn't matter. That's the terrifying part.
That's fun. Now, what else can I burn here? You know, I think one of these.
Oh no, it's actually just going for welding.
Is my best bet to actually see what's going on up here. Although it is still absurdly bright.
And
Now
it's
I can at
still
least
not
see
enough.
what I'm doing with this thing.
That was not even a second, and it burned.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Beautiful fire. Okay, what else can I light on fire here?
Barbie
At
doll.
least cook. Oh yeah, plastic bag.
It's melting through the metal. You want to see what it burns? It's burning. It's literally liquefying the metal sheet around it.
Looks like fun. What'll happen to this? All right, I got a plastic bag here. Get up to this portable. Oh, it just shrinks. I wish you could see that on video.
Sorry, I'm just watching all the little gaps appear as the metal is melting.
Oh, it's close.
You see what? Look how fast it's growing too.
It's smoking, but it's not exactly. It's not on fire yet. It's probably gonna melt before it catches on fire. Yeah. It just shrinks into nothing. Maybe I can get like a side view. Oh my gosh, it's so bright.
He probably can't see
melting,
it. He just noticed
It's
it.
melting the aluminum.
It did.
What? Shoot.
You know what? I'm just going to quickly look something up right now. What is the lumen melt point? Aluminium. What do we have here? The answer is let's use this one. 660 degrees Celsius, 1220 degrees Fahrenheit. There's no... Okay. So it's 10,000 Fahrenheit for the surface of the sun versus he has done more than 10% of the sun. Styropyro is sitting on 10%, more than 10% of the sun's heat in his backyard. These are industrial. People probably use these more than one at the same time.
Look at this. Ah! No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I gotta kill the power. You've got to be kidding me. No. No.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, I'm looking. It's still glowing.
Well, that is a slight issue, I would say.
It is fascinating, though, how there's still coverage there. It's still a solid sheet, despite the fact that it didn't look that way. Also, Sturk, the surface of the sun isn't hot. It's the core you look at. Actually, I thought it was the other way around, where the core is actually cooler than the surface, because the outer corona is actually hotter.
I don't know what I'm going to do to fix this.
It could be
Maybe I'll
getting it
space
backwards.
the bulb differently in there so the this aluminum
Yeah.
isn't so close to it on the back. Look at that. I just
Are there
can't
ceramic
believe that
mirrors?
happened. At least it didn't like drip all over everything. It would have been bad. Alrighty. For the next iteration, I have...
Okay, I'm going to stop at this one because I'll finish the rest tomorrow when my mind is not at the stage, because right now it is very much there. Okay. There is a line where insanity crosses into a genius and genius becomes insanity. I think we have lapped it a few times to the point where it loses all meaning, because The failure method here wasn't that there's a mesh or like a wool that was burning. It was the aluminum liquefied. That would do it. Yeah, that would do it. Okay. So for everyone who hasn't already, there's going to be a link to the video down below. It's terrifying and so incredibly cool. Check it out. And I'll be back tomorrow to finish this because I need to see this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.